And welcome, SRL fans, tonight here to beautiful, glitzy, shiny Las Vegas. Tonight, even though we're all the way on the other side of the world, we've got the North Queensland Cowboys playing host here to the Brisbane Broncos. I am AMAC here in the box, and joining me tonight is Luke Short. Luke, how good is it to be here in glitzy Las Vegas?
Absolutely, mate. The casino's all around, but we're all here at the stadium for this clash.
Now, this is the first look at these two Queensland teams at a Queensland derby here. We've got the Cowboys' brand new look here. What are you seeing out there from the Cowboys? What do you like in their lineup tonight, Luke?
There's a few new familiar faces that a lot of people would see, but yeah, we've got the likes of Crimp playing for a new club. But yeah, a couple of players playing in positions you've never seen them play before, so it could go either way.
Speaking of which, there's Chad Johnson. Look at that shiny head. For those of you out there, there is going to be some getting used to these new players and getting used to their new looks, but I, for one, love a bald man out there, Luke.
There's something about that shiny head, isn't there?
Now, Broncos have the first right of reply, and we have a wonderful start to the Broncos' career here with that forward pass. Luke, do you want to explain to the viewers what is happening there?
So at the moment, guys, we've got this little glitch that allows the game just to throw that forward pass off the kickoff. There's not much we can do about it. It's here to stay for now until it gets deleted.
And it's also a really good test here of the Broncos' defence coming into it. Now, we've got a lot of really strong defenders out there, and those Brisbane forwards with the likes of Micaiah and Murray should be doing some good work there, Luke.
Yeah, followed with Jack Cahill, the captain, in the number 13. So that being in the middle there, you're going to be a lot of defensive work for him.
As Lou Malchus put there 5 metres out, third tackle. Which way do the Cowboys go? They come down the blind, and a risky pass there from Crimp. He was over, but it doesn't matter because O'Donnell is over, and he is the first Cowboys of the SRL 2.0 to score tonight.
Yeah, we would have said that Crimp would have been in there for all money, but he's thrown that extra pass, and it's thankfully O'Donnell saved him there.
As of course, we're just waiting for the bunker. The bunker really like to stick their nose into things at the moment, and of course we have a try. Now there's Johnson again. While he's testing up, I'll just run through a couple of other big names here in the Cowboys lineup. Partnering Johnson in the halves there is Lucas Deuce, and now Lucas Deuce is a wonderful fullback in the final season of the SRL, and he has moved himself over into the halves. As well as that, we've got Kerrigan in the 10, Malchus in the 11, and Monkey in the 13. I'd love to name them all, but again, we're about to get back into it, Luke, and we have a long night of footy ahead of us.
Yeah, a long night for sure. The Broncos, they wouldn't have wanted to give up points there, but unfortunately when that forward pass glitch happens, that tends to be what happens.
As Liam Ryan kicks off straight down the guts to the Cowboys. Wishart holds the ball lovely, and off they go, making it up over the 20 for the first. Cowboys coming across. Monkey, captain, pushing up and over to the 30, moving himself into lock tonight. Stamina is going to be very interesting to look here tonight for some of those key positions, Luke.
Absolutely. Some fresh players onto the field, a lot of players that don't have that stamina to play full 80 minutes. It's going to be interesting to see the interchanges.
As Monkey, second hit up of the set, coming across to Kerrigan. Kerrigan sees half a gap and a lovely offload there. A lovely breaking through the line and a high tackle. That is not what you want to see, Luke.
No, it was a pretty brutal tackle, two in the tackle, but one of them just goes way too high, and now Johnson, they've elected to take the 2, make up that 2 from the missed conversion.
And probably a smart move there. They were making easy runs up the field, but when you don't really know exactly what your opposition can do tonight, like, well, first time we've seen the Broncos play, those 2 points could prove vital.
Yeah, and that's what the offload game has. It opens that field up and you get meters easily. So watch for it. A lot of second effort plays.
As Liam Ryan, 5 minutes in, is already kicking off for the second time. Straight down the guts once again. There's Wishart. Lovely pass off. And we got a prop running straight back up to the 20. Whilst we have them here, as Malchus works up the guts, we'll just talk about the Broncos because we haven't had a bit of a chance. And, every time I try to talk about the Broncos, Luke, they pull another penalty for us.
Yeah, they're giving the Cowboys way too many easy meters here.
I'm gonna try to talk about the Broncos again, and hopefully we can get through this. Oh, that was that was forward, but we'll keep going because I've almost jinxed them again. Malchus coming on up. Now, looking at some of these Cowboys here, Luke, I'm looking at their back line because we've kind of already talked about their forwards just a little bit. With the new game as it goes, where are those strike players? Which are those most important positions out there, do you think?
Oh, you'll always watch out for those backline players, so Liam Ryan, Kai Madden and Lachlan Holmes. But we've seen some interesting stuff from the halves, and we know the halves like to run, but we've seen them stepping out there.
Oh, and as we say it, across goes Monkey to make it 2 on the trot. These Cowboys, they are on fire tonight, Luke.
It's a great start for him as the captain gets one on the board now there too.
And of course, no need for the bunker that time. That was a clear and definite try. Johnson lining it back up. Monkey slotting in at the lock has some hefty potential to be one hell of a run for MVP for later on in this season, Luke.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because those big boys in the middle, like they're going to be playing 40 minutes, 65 minutes, 80 minutes. We'll see.
Yep. Again, first round, and some of these captains, whilst they've been testing exhaustively at training sessions off the field, you don't really know what's going to happen until until the actual game day.
Yeah, we can train all that one, but train out all the nooks and crannies that we want to train in pre-season. But come game day, anything can happen.
And Deuce takes it that time and gives a lovely pass off to his prop. First tackle on the 20. That is becoming one routine thing here for the Cowboys. As Monkey, another strong run, just shy of the 30. Second tackle. Coming blind. 2 pass off to Malchus. 35 meters out. The Broncos are amping up here in defense. Straight up the guts yet again. Probably not going to be able to do a 40-20, but some good meters here, and the Broncos are able to possibly not throw a penalty this time. And the Broncos, they might get the ball at the end of this next kick here, Luke.
Yeah, they've I don't think they've touched the ball really since the Cowboys started scoring. So they need to get this ball and do something with it.
As Madden tries to get around one, is successful to a point, but the Broncos, they finally have the ball. And now we can actually talk about the Broncos, Luke.
Yeah, it seems like it's been a long time since the Broncos have had those balls.
As we've got Dingo playing the ball, slotting in at number 12 tonight. Caleb J with the filthy dummy when he was already through the line up to the 50. A good set so far here from the Broncos. Third tackle. Carl off to Murray. Oh, pushed back hefty by some very strong defense there. Fourth tackle just over the 50. Wonderful run there from Akaya with a lovely offload to Mahana Oluolu. Gets up over the 20, and we should see a good kick here from the Broncos. And if they can do something with it, that will be one hell of a hit back. As Davis, Rossini offloads to Ryan, and that was a stunning try, Luke.
Oh, that was beautiful. We're not really 100% sure if that wasn't a knock on by the Broncos, but that flick pass out the back and the tackle, put that on replay.
And congratulations there, young man. You are the first Bronco to score in the brand new SRL, and you can never have that taken away from you. As Liam Ryan sets up for the kick to bring it back to a single try score here, Luke.
Yeah, and you say that the first try scorer in the Broncos SRL history for season 2. SRL 2.0. That's probably something that you and I are going to be fighting over come our game too.
Oh, it's going to be a week of firsts. We're going to have first tries. We're going to have first goals. We're going to have first 40-20s. We've already seen in our pre-season match the first 20-40, which was a little bit special.
Yeah, there's a couple of these new rules that everyone's got to get used to. But yeah, and we also saw our first 6 again too.
Yeah, and I think both teams are going to hope that we don't see more of them tonight. As Johnson, lovely kick down. Jay decides to hold it at least a little bit till Murray gets it, and Murray, a lovely run there coming up to the 20. Now we saw some lovely linkage there from the back line of the Broncos. I am really excited about what's going to be happening in about 8 minutes with some of these boys coming off the bench, Luke.
Yeah, we're going to get the first look at the interchanges, some fresh faces onto the field, and some new blood ready to take their first run in the SRL.
Yep. With the new SRL, we've got we've had this lovely opportunity of getting some new blood in. Some of the old Mines boys getting their first run tonight, either starting or coming off the bench, which is exciting for me, and it's definitely going to be exciting for them. As Jay, is this a 40-20? It's got the length, it just didn't have the angle, and Crimp almost gets off down the line.
Yeah, it was a lovely kick from. Oh yeah, just not the right. Just didn't have the right bounce in the end.
As the Cowboys play it on the 40, second tackle, trying to work out of their half. Back on the inside to Monkey, who pushes off one. Some good post-contact meters there. He has definitely been earning his pay tonight there, Captain Monkey. Malchus, lovely ball to O'Donnell. Weird offload back into Deuce. Dummies and doesn't get anywhere, but they are up to the 20. Fourth tackle, 25 minutes in. Wishart scoots out of half, but he is pushed back. Fifth tackle. Cowboys, Johnson, are they putting it up in the air? Passing it back to Deuce. Grubbers to himself is put down on the 10. Not the end of the set they wanted, but not a terrible result in the end there, Luke.
No, Deuce, I think he was trying to get the Broncos player to play at that ball, but the rest ruled that he didn't play at it, so he just had to hand it over.
As Madden, off the wing, gets around one, up over the 50. The Broncos, they are doing what they can with the ball. They want another one. All the field to play with here is Jay. Long ball out to Murray. Bumps off one, straight up the guts, making an easy 20 meters there. Third tackle on the other side of the 30. Coming across, Jay. Just a settler, pushing up to the 20, giving his line time to set up. There they go. Plays the ball, going wide. Murray straight up the guts again. Gets 10 meters out. Fifth tackle. Where do they go? Do they pass it back to Rossini? Ooh, a little bit of a miss trick there. Davis. Oh.
The ref has ruled that one at played at, but I'm not sure about that one. I think he's just ran into the ball.
And that was a very late call there. I thought for a second that he was going to go not played at. Oh, that's a hard call there.
It has come off his forearm, so in the official rulebook, that is technically a knock-on.
And of course, they will bring it back to the 10 meters for the first, and the Cowboys, they're going to be hard pressed to keep them out here, Luke.
Yeah, and from what we've seen at the start, the Cowboys, they jumped out to that 12-point lead, but the Broncos, they're in prime position to even this game up again.
Third tackle, though, they're still not across. Long ball out to Martin, and Martin's pushed back by some stalwart defence there. Slow play the ball. Coming wide. Dingo back on the inside to Ryan, who dances around run, and he is over for his own 22 minutes left, and it's about to be 12-all Luke.
Yeah, you're not stopping a fullback that close to the line with those nasty steps.
Now, Liam Ryan, he's come across as one hell of a signing here from Captain Cahill. Excuse me. Those fullbacks out the back, they have some of the fastest speed out there. Can you tell us exactly what impact having a good, strong, fast fullback can have there, Luke?
Yeah, the fast fullback, it helps your team with that strike power. You know, you get that fullback into open space. There's no player is really going to chase them down.
And here we go, Cowboys kicking off, 1 or just over a minute left, and we have some fresh boys out on the field. There's a couple of forwards there that looking a little bit gassed at the moment, Luke.
Yeah, and that's it. Early game, early in the season, a lot of players are going to feel that real like match fitness early in. But yeah.
Our first tackle on the other side of the 20. Carl wears one for his trouble and is forced back 5 meters. Called out the first big hit of the game. As Rossini, good off to Jay. Dingo tries to break through the line and just gets over the 30. Third tackle with about 17,000 different Cowboys on top of him. Murray short ball to Lee. Lee dances through the field, has to be brought down by the fullback, Crimp. Crimp and O'Donnell join together. There is no fullback at home. Can they do anything? No, the defense holds and Dingo plays it there on the other side of the 40. Fifth tackle, bench forwards coming across, but they've got to be careful because that was an excellent kick, and Hamilton dances off one, shrugs off another. Good set there from the Broncos.
Yeah, the Broncos, they've definitely built into this game. A bit of a slow start, but they're right in this game right now. As we see, Wishart makes a really good run up the middle there.
20 meters there, just off a lovely offside defender there. Johnson, long ball out to Deuce. Deuce tries to get through the line and can't, but they are in the Broncos half. Fourth tackle, going wide. Johnson just takes the settler, which is going to take him out of kicking duties. Probably going to have to rely on Deuce, or you never know, Monkey could take a kicking duty here, but no, Deuce hunts it over here. And we got Madden. Now, he broke through the line last time, and he does it again, but he can't get around that cover defense. The Broncos, as you said, they started slow, Luke, but they are definitely dominating right now.
Yeah, that was a beautiful tackle from Rossini. And if the Santa Claus looking headgear.
As Jay plays it just short of the 40. Carl. Oh, hefty run by Santa Claus there. Met into the tackle. Phillips breaks through the line. Lovely impact off the bench. Can't get around though. Fifth tackle. Lovely place for a kick. Is it Jay or is it Davis? It's Davis. Off the boot. Off Santa Claus. And Strange is over. This is unforeseen and unforeseeable. The Broncos, for the first time in the match, are in the front.
Yeah, the Cowboys, they really come out fast into that 12-point lead, but it's all been Broncos since then. And another kick that's bounced off a player. It's just, I don't know if it's early game or players need to be a bit more aware of that football.
And, well, we were talking pre-match about some of the kicking and some of the kicking practice we've had out there. Most of these halves across the league, they've had basically the same amount of experience, and it's going to be very hard for any single one of them to really rise above the rest, Luke.
Yeah, it's an interesting little thing we're going with this season, but we'll see. We'll see which teams invest in their kicking over the season, and how much of an impact that will become.
As Johnson lines back up to kick, and you can see some of the deflation out there in the Cowboys. 3 unanswered tries there from the Broncos. You would think the Cowboys would want to be next over to score, or their night might start getting a little bit more dangerous, Luke.
Yeah, well, like I said before, with all the action that we saw of the Cowboys jumping out to that lead, they've really clocked off here. I don't know how much of that is from having Kerrigan and Matautia off the field at the moment or not, but we'll see.
As Holmes plays the ball very slowly just shy of the 30. Ref keeps a whistle in his pocket. Davis, Ryan, passes instead of steps. Jay, they get up over the 40. Third tackle, 45 meters out. Playing the ball, going wide again. Dingo sees a gap. Through the gap, is brought down there by Rossini. Can't do much more. Fourth tackle across. Davis, good ball to Mahona Oluolu, who breaks through the line, almost shrugs off another. These return sets here from the Broncos are causing some real damage here for the Cowboys, but they're keeping them out. And here comes O'Donnell, who is absolutely monstered That was a wonderful set after points there for the Broncos.
Yeah, and that's what the Broncos have been doing. They've been building these sets, and they've actually pushed the Cowboys into a defensive lapse and a lot of run meters coming from them. But as we just see, Blake Harris off the bench makes a good run and an offload.
And unfortunately for the Broncos, they've just let off all that pressure. But here they come now with Malchus off to Harris again. Harris, who had a wonderful run, takes up another one. 40-20 territory. Here we go. Johnson boots it straight down. He just doesn't have the length or the angle, really. And Ryan is met there on the 30. 12 minutes left. And whilst I said earlier that the fatigue was starting to set in for the forwards, we can definitely see now that this is becoming a bit of a grind fest, Luke.
Yeah, fatigue is definitely going to be the key factor in a lot of these early games, as we see a lot of the players, especially your fullback, that does a lot of work at the back. He's going to be really fatigued and start really getting in that trouble. So you want your team on the front foot.
That's Strange, just over the 50 now. Fourth tackle, inside, outside. Carl back onto the Ryan. The Ryan, 40 metres out, fifth tackle. They're making their way down the field, but the Cowboys are slowly wresting back control. Davis punts it over, and here comes Hamilton. Hamilton gets around two, really, and is pulled down on the 30. The Cowboys, with 10 minutes left, they need to get back up the other end of the field because this night, or at least the second half of this first half, has not gone their way. That's Malchus, just shy of the 50. Wishart to Monkey. Monkey, he's lovely offload there to Malchus, but the defense is able to stop him before he makes too many more meters. Fourth tackle, shy of the 40. Coming over, Deuce, good ball out to Harris. Harris runs at the line as hard as he can, but he is tiring and just shy of the 30. This is the best the Cowboys have done so far in the last 20 minutes, I'd say, Luke.
They're definitely getting a bit more into this game, but they're, it's only as good as your next run. So,
as Martin hits up just shy of the 20, second tackle, the Cowboys muscling up in defense. They want to keep them down in this half. Davis hits the line and passes a Hospital Phillips, who passes one hell of an offload there, and Dingo makes about 20 meters. Third tackle on the other side of the 40. They had a wonderful chance there to keep the Broncos in their half, Luke, and they basically just squandered it.
Yeah, they backed off straight away thinking that was the tackle complete, but the offload got them off guard and they all had to run back in for that tackle.
40 meters out, fifth tackle, throwing it on back. Here comes Jay again. Jay kicking it down to O'Donnell. He was monstered the last time he had it. Does he get monstered again? No. He breaks through the line, almost gets around the fullback, and the Cowboys, 7 minutes left. What do they need to do to get up the other end, Luke?
They've been building sets as well. Blake Harris, he throws one off there. But yeah, just completing sets. So we need to build the meters. That surely was marked not square there.
Oh, here we go. Second dummy half out. Crimp. Well, I mean, I don't know what happened there. The markers basically just fell off Crimp, and he makes another 5 meters post contact there as Wishart. Third dummy half run in a row. That is not working there for the Cowboys, and they're forced to put down a punt here.
Yeah, a bit of a strange decision there just to go straight from dummy half. I'm not sure if the captain's going to enjoy that one.
And the players, they're definitely going to probably hear that in the halftime break as Dingo, 45 meters out, second tackle. Lovely ball to Anthony Lee, but he is pushed back over the 50 for his third tackle. 5 minutes. We're counting down to our first halftime break. Carl breaks up through the line, is dragged down desperately there, just shy of the 40, fourth tackle. They try to go that way, but Rossini basically plants him down straight over the 30. Lovely run there. Not too long in the tackle. Fifth tackle option. Here we come from the Broncos into the back. Not ruled off as an issue, and Strange plants it there on the 20. Probably not what the Broncos wanted there, Luke, but forcing the Cowboys to play it there on the 20 with 4 minutes left isn't a terrible option in the end. As Malchus works up to his 40. Second tackle. The Cowboys struggling here to make meters. Long ball out to Deuce, back to Johnson. Crimp tries to break through the line and is pulled down 5 meters after hitting it. Just shy of the 50. Coming wide. Mitchell, good ball to Harris. Harris, who has had some good impact off the bench, just shy of the 40. Fourth tackle. Ooh, Wishart doesn't really know what to do and is absolutely flawed, but offloads it. Blake Harris makes another 10 meters. Mountains out a molehill here, and Harris, he might have just put himself here into a good kicking position, Luke.
Yeah, I think the ref might be a bit fatigued out there. We're seeing a few forward passes that aren't being called. But O'Donnell, he gets the ball there and he doesn't know which way to run.
No, and so unless there's a bit of an error here, that's probably the last of the half that the Cowboys are going to touch the ball. And the Broncos, if they don't get up the other end, that might be it for them. So here we go with Phillips playing the ball. Strange getting up to the 30. Second tackle, slowly making meters up the field. Martin meets the defense line hard, just shy of the 40. Third tackle, going blind. Mahana Olu breaks through but can't get rid of that defender. Fourth tackle, 1 minute left to go. Another blindside raid. Boom, straight up the sideline. Gets around one, but is not where he wants to be. And the Cowboys are going to end the first half with their own set.
Yeah, the Cowboys, they'll get a chance to go up the other end now. They'll want to do that, and they'll want to get back onto the scoreboard and before half time.
Oh, and they can't start any better than that with a lovely run there. Straight over the 50, but he better play the ball quickly because they got 40-odd seconds left to go. Monkey, does not do what Monkey wants to do. And, well, that basically sums up how the Cowboys half has gone, Luke.
Yeah, early points, but after that, it's just been, I don't know what you want to call it, but, you know, they need to stop Kent Murray before he gets over.
And welcome back here to the second half of what has been one hell of a seesawing match between the North Queensland Cowboys and the Brisbane Broncos. Luke, run us through what you liked and what you did not like there from the first half.
So, you know, we saw the Cowboys. They came out early. They struck first. They got that extra point before the Broncos even tried to do it. Got to touch the ball. But since then, the Broncos, they've just dug their heels in. They've gone toe-to-toe and they've come out on top.
And, well, unfortunately, even though that early glitch really favoured the Cowboys, the Broncos, they have fought their way back in and have dominated ever since. Coming in off the bench for our halftime rotations as Malchus breaks off through the line and has a lovely offload. Coming off the bench, we've got Shakti filling in as number 16 and Vakama as well joining him. Where on the other side, we've got names such as Hannah Hitchens and Ash Crutcher coming in for the Broncos. So it's going to be very interesting to see how those names slot into the rotations here, Luke.
Yeah, it's interesting. As we said, like you said, Hannah coming into the centres and Ash Crutcher. So it's a double centre swap from the Broncos. And just a few extra little players in the halftime for the Cowboys. We'll see that 60-minute mark where we'll get those centres back in the forward. So that extra speed could be interesting.
As they work their way over the 30, second tackle here. Coming in that halftime break, definitely doing wonders there for the forwards as Murray gets across the 40, third tackle. Cowboys defence working back and definitely not as gassed as they were. Lovely ball out to Dingo up over the 50, fourth tackle. Cowboys holding strong. Going wide. Martin, good ball, but he is forced to hold back or it would have been a forward. And the Broncos, they lose a little bit of steam with that last one there, Luke.
Yeah, it wasn't the best fourth tackle there, but they get the fifth tackle kick right and it goes down quite a field to the Hamilton.
And Hamilton is buried 15 metres out. But Crimp does what he can, gets through the line and saves the beginning of the set there for the Cowboys. 40 metres out, second tackle. Which way does Santa go? Coming across to Kerrigan. Good ball. Lovely offload. Wishart coming off up, pounds off one, Takes at least 20 metres there, and the Cowboys, here they come, Luke.
Yeah, I was talking about it before as we was calling Rossini Wishart, Santa, but is it Wishart? Is it?
It looks like it's Wishart out there, so I'm still going to call him Santa because I'm loving that lollipop headgear he's got.
But yeah, perfect opportunity for the Cowboys to get an early points in the second half. As we say, Monkey, he'll drive forward, but he's going to get foot on his back there.
Monkey, probably the best Cowboy out there. We try a little mousetrap play, and the Broncos pull it off as Rossini gets up over the 30. You might say glitch, but I say planned, and trained for, and here come the Broncos, Luke.
Yeah, as you said, a mousetrap. So it's the first mousetrap I've seen in the game, but the Broncos, they're on the attack here.
As Ryan passes it off to Madden, who can't get through the line, but he does get over the 50. Third tackle in the Cowboys' half. Good ball to Hitchens. There they are. They get through the line well. Lovely offload to Jay. And Jay makes some good post-contact meters. Fourth tackle. Lovely set here from the Broncos. Good ball between the props, and the prop gets 15 meters out. Good kicking. Here we go. Davis puts it high. Puts it on a dime, but Vakama is there, gets around one, and he is off down the field, and he is away. Johnson is behind him in support. There are more Cowboys than there are Broncos, and there is no chance we are going to have a tied-up game here in a couple of minutes, Luke.
Absolutely beautiful try. That is the first kick return we've seen of the season. Oh, for us here in the box anyway. But absolutely, Vakama, he just gets that and he runs for the life.
And that just shows how important those halftime subs can be. We saw Hitchens breaking up through the line for the Broncos, and now we've got Vakama in that number 17 breaking off down the sideline, bringing it back to a tied game. 30 minutes left in the half, and anything can happen here, Luke.
Yeah, just because the Cowboys' early points, we saw that at the start of the game. You never know what the other side of 30 minutes is going to give us.
As Liam Ryan feels like he hasn't had to kick off in forever, and isn't he rocking that wonderful moustache there? 31 minutes into the game, shaping it up, hoping for a glitch. Here we go. Hold on to your seats. Cowboys ball well on down the field. Jack D holds onto the ball, meets the line of the fence, and plays it there for the 20. As Wishart has the whole field he can use. Johnson passes off to Kerrigan. Kerrigan pushing up over the 30. Here we go. Second tackle. Coming across. Good ball out to Malchus, and Malchus hits the line 40 meters out. Second tackle. Slow play the ball. Deuce. Ooh, risky line ball there, but he gets it and plants it just shy of the 50. Fourth tackle. Very slow play the ball there from the prop. Deuce back on the inside to Monkey, and Monkey is pushed back. The Broncos, they definitely did not like being scored, and they have turned up in defense here, Luke.
Yeah, they've at least they've kept the Cowboys to a good after giving up points, so they'll need to build their attack now.
Here we go. Jay, good ball out to Dingo. Dingo sees half a gap and passes it back to Rossini. The defensive line holding him back 40 meters out. Second tackle. Cowboys on the attack. Good ball out to Jay from Hitchens. Jay makes about 10 meters there. Almost pulls a penalty, but the Broncos power on. Bakaya pushes up to the 40. Good ball here, but they need more than just this one-up stuff from their props. Blindside, Davis. Good ball to Martin, but again, it's just more one-up stuff, and the Broncos, even though they had a promising start to the set, Luke, here, it looks like they're going to have to punt it off down again.
Yeah, the one-out runs, they word out defender down in the middle, but it's not going to get you points.
As good defensive read there, as Crimp breaks on through the line and is forced back here by Liam Ryan. It's this seesawing grunge fest here that we're kind of devolving into that is really going to tie down those centres, and it looks like, or at least those players in the centre of the field, And it looks like we are going to have some very, very tired forwards for the next 6 or so minutes here, Luke.
Yeah, there's fatigue's definitely going to be setting in now. We're into the second half. We're got 26 minutes to go, so that that we've played a good 60 something, 50 to 60 minutes of football right now.
As the Cowboys forced to kick it very badly, I might say. And Murray is forced back, playing it for a 0 tackle on the 40. And it just goes to show there that even though the kicking has been good all night, that fatigue is hitting in, and those halves, if they're not on top of it, a wayward kick can still hit here and there.
Yeah, that could be that kicking building too. So with all our players having the same kicking stats, it's going to could be the difference when someone builds into kicking.
As Jay back on the inside to Ryan. Ryan can't get around both defenders, brought down 5 meters out, but they've still got 2 tackles left to go. Coming wide. Jay, lovely ball out to Crutcher, back on the inside to Davis. A bit of a trick play there. Is he short? Oh, short just by a meter here. That might not work well for the Broncos, especially if Rossini does that, Luke.
Yeah, that wasn't the end of set. You needed it wouldn't have been too bad if they were leading here, but the game's tied. You want to be making sure you make those 5th tackle options count.
As O'Donnell, lovely ball to Monkey, who had to catch it flat or he would have overrun it. Brought down just shy of the 30. 2nd tackle. Santa Claus gets it out to Kerrigan. Good ball out to Matatia as he runs almost all the way to the 50. 3rd tackle, the Cowboys. They are invigorated and are off down the field. Here we go. Deuce. Malchus. Malchus is looking incredibly tired out there. That is going to be very dangerous because you do not want a man like Malchus sitting on the bench, Luke.
Yeah, the injuries and that fatigue sets in could be crucial to the next round. So,
oh, that was a bit of a trick shot there. Booted off the back of your player onto your fullback. Unfortunately, Crimp couldn't make too much use of it, and the Broncos, they've got some good field position here, Luke.
yeah, it's an interesting one when you see that happen. You can't think that was definitely accidental offside, but it didn't amount to anything. So the Broncos will be relieved with that one as they take the attack now.
As Martin gets up just shy of the 40, 3rd tackle, and we're already in the Cowboys half. Minute and a bit and spare, and we will have some very quick centres back on the field as Makaya plays it on the other side of the 30, 4th tackle. Going across to Davis, back on the inside to Carl. Carl has another 6 minutes left in his stint and is looking pretty fresh out there for a lock. Davis putting it high, putting it very high, but O'Donnell comes down with it and can't get anywhere. This Broncos defense is relentless at the moment, Luke.
They're going to have to build that defensive pressure here too to make sure the Cowboys, they can't make many meters here.
As Crimp gets up to the 20, 3rd tackle. We're probably not going to see a 20-40 tonight. Oh no, we might actually, but Johnson, he is pushed way too far back. He won't be the one doing it. Nope, they decide to run it through Kerrigan instead. 5th tackle, just on the other side of the 30. The Broncos are absolutely winning this field position, but we've got some fresh legs on the field that might be enough to break through.
Yeah, as we see now, the defenders have come off, and the Broncos, they've got their fresh forwards back on now. But Madden, he's going to get pushed over to the sideline.
Oh, and that as a Broncos fan, you are screaming at your TV right now. You had a whole set to work through up the field, and unfortunately on the 2nd tackle, you're off over the sideline. So Cowboys breathing a sigh of relief. Already in the Broncos with a lovely run there from Robinson. 50 meters, 1st tackle. What do they need to do, Luke? Who do they need to give it to?
I'd like to see them get it out to Crimp or even their wingers. Crimp, he's been dangerous every time he's touched the ball, but they haven't really unlocked him yet.
As Shakti making some lovely meters there as number 16, getting 15 meters off that offload, passing it out. Robinson to Malchus. Malchus can barely lift his legs as he offloads to Monkey and pushed back 15 metres out. Fourth tackle. Slowly playing the ball. Oh, bit of a trick there from Wishart. Plants him in the ground. Cannot get all the way over. Fifth tackle, just shy of the line. Here we go. Deuce hits the line instead. Just doesn't have the ability to get the kick off. But a really good set there from the Cowboys, Luke.
Yeah, really good. They got there and they built that attack, but I think that last tackle option, it wasn't meant to go to Deuce. It was meant to go past him, but he reaches for it and messes that face ball up.
And you can't really blame him for that. It's been a long off season without playing, and some of these blokes, whilst they might be game ready, it's very late. And here we go. Justin Monkey thigh strain. If you are a Cowboy, that is the last thing you wanted to see out there, Luke.
Yeah, we have our first injury of the game, and that's that fatigue factor. We know that everyone's going to be fatigued at this point of the game, and he's been working hard, Monkey. He's done everything for his team.
And you can know he's working hard because he wants to stay out there. He knows he's got 26 seconds left, and he's only now just running off. So he's got a thigh strain, but he's running pretty well off the side of the field there, Luke.
I mean, he probably wanted to run it out and just keep playing on, but I think the captain, the coach has made that call to bring him out and try and keep him from making any further injury.
And a lovely break up the field there by Shakti, but he passes it back to Malchus. Third tackle on the other side of the 50. 14 minutes left. We're not yet at field goal position, but we are getting very, very close. As Johnson dummies it. Lovely meters there. The Cowboys, they've seen their captain go down, and they have some renewed vigour out there. As prop to prop, Kerrigan gets up to the 10. Fifth tackle option. Where's Santa Claus going to throw it? Off he goes. Johnson, boot to ball. Oh, no, maybe it wasn't boot to ball. Unfortunate there. No. Well, will you look at that, Luke? Somehow the Cowboys have come back up with it.
Yeah, that kick, it's come on to the Broncos player, and it's come off the Broncos player into one of his own teammates. So not something the Broncos wanted. They're going to have to defend this line again.
And second tackle, Wishart. He pushes himself forward, but just doesn't have the strength to muscle over. Crimp. Good ball out to Robinson. Robinson, he's pushing forward, and the Broncos get around his leg, and they just can't get over. We're going to send it up, have a bit of a break here for some bunker action, but the Cowboys will bring it back 10 metres. This is looking very dangerous if you're a Broncos supporter, Luke.
Yeah, they're defending well here, so they need to hold this line. That's probably the second time that they've held out a try. But if they can't defend, the Cowboys, they'll eat up this opportunity.
Oh, he was almost over. They're bringing it back for the 2. I'd almost say that was a penalty try there if there weren't a couple of other defenders there, Luke.
I think the bunker could have ruled around that, but I think they're Cowboys. They'll be happy with just the penalty.
Yep, and with 12 minutes left to go for the moment, that is going to rule out anyone with their field goal options, or at least a single field goal. It doesn't rule out the 40-metre field goal. But the Broncos here, they've seen their lead crumble. They have not scored at all in the second half, and there's only 12 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, it's going to get interesting. We're going to get to that 10-minute mark, and people are going to be thinking field goal. And now the Broncos have got that opportunity for that 2-point field goal that's in SRL 2.0. This is.
Okay, hold your hats, hold your lollies, hold your drinks, Cowboys fans, because this is the worst possible scenario. The Broncos camped on your 10-metre line. Second tackle, just 2 metres shy, not even that. Davis playing the ball. Lovely ball to Crutcher. He gets across on his back. Breathe a sigh of relief. You've got a little bit of a pause here while the bunker says definitely not. We could all see it. But the Broncos, they're going to bring it back 10. The Cowboys, are they going to hold out here, Luke?
Yeah, I don't know. We know the forward pass glitches in the game, but it's interesting. We've never really seen it happen twice to opposite teams. It's usually the same team. The the Broncos, though, they've got the perfect opportunity to take this game away now.
As Martin plays the ball, Rossini, bit white line fever, force back, 5th tackle. Do we have a kick? Do we have a winning score here? Davis puts it high, puts it deep. Oh, Liam Ryan is over for his second, and that if you're a Cowboys fan, you are hating your curse right now, because that bounced off the crossbars and only just gets there before Liam goes out.
Yeah, Liam, he chased that one through, but yeah, that bounce off the post, just perfect for him.
Oh, correction.
I thought that...
Sorry, little goblins in the box here. I had that wrong. That is 3 tries there for Liam Ryan, and congratulations, Liam Ryan. Pending any other results prior to this game, you have the first treble in SRL 2.0 history. Whether that wins you the game or not is yet to be seen. We have 9 minutes left on the clock, Luke.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We could see anything happen in the next 9 minutes, especially knowing about this forward pass glitch. It could be a killer right now.
Oh no, here we go. The Broncos have just done the exact same thing, and here come the Cowboys hoping to capitalize. As Crimp already met hastily by some very tired Broncos. Coming across, Johnson, lovely ball to Shakti. Shakti pushes forward, 5 meters out. Where does he go? Coming wide that way again. Oh, he was over, but he passed to Vakama. But that's okay, it's only 3rd tackle. Going wide this time. Johnson just takes a settler, pushes forward, and he is over. And oh my God, shut the gate, because this is about to be another seesawing Queensland, or North Queensland, I should say, possibility of clawing back the win here.
Look, I feel like the Broncos are going to want to kick me out of the box. I literally said that we knew about that forward class glitch, and look what happens. The commentator's curse, fully in action.
And yeah, well, unfortunately, for a little bit, we're going to have to just wish to the SRL gods that it doesn't happen too much. But one good glitch deserves another, and really, those 2 glitches have cancelled each other out, Luke.
Yeah, this half, that both teams have received that glitch. So yeah, the Broncos, they're back to that 2-point deficit that we had moments ago.
So 7 minutes left to go. The Broncos hoping for a miracle. If not a miracle, then at least a strong defensive set here as they kick it off back down to the Cowboys. The Cowboys, they might be 2 points ahead, but that is definitely not anything to be reticent about, as we got Robertson up over the 10-meter line. 1st tackle. The Cowboys, they're going to want to put a good strong set in here, hit off the ball, but that is okay because Shakti picks it up and nothing else is untoward. 2nd tackle, 20 meters out. Hold on to the ball, Cowboys, as Malchus pushes up through the line, gets past one but is dragged down desperately by a defender. Coming wide, Robinson, good ball out to Johnson, back to Kerrigan, and Kerrigan loses about 5 meters from where Johnson passed him the ball. Still not across. Johnson kicks the ball. Doesn't really have the length. Probably had the angle. But with Dingo returning the ball like that, the Broncos, they're going to be in a good possession here, Luke.
Yeah, and you know, people would be very remiss of seeing Dingo return the ball there. Playing a different position this season, but still doing some ball return work there.
Speak of the devil as he breaks through the line, and lovely offload to Mahana Oluolu, who makes another 20 meters on the 20-meter line. 3rd tackle. The Broncos are not dead yet, and there is just under 5 minutes left to go as Ryan pirouettes through the line, hits that line with super speed, but is put onto his back. Gets some air in that lungs. The Broncos will be dragging it back to the 10-meter line yet again. Cowboys fans should be on the edge of their seats here, Luke.
Good scramble defense from the Cowboys. Liam Ryan going for that 4 try mark, but yeah, he gets brought down just shy.
4th tackle here. Lovely ball from Jay to Davis. The halves linking up. Here we go. 5 meters out. 5th tackle option. Davis won't be the one kicking it. back in the pocket to Jay. Jay grabs it, but grabs it straight to Malchus, and the old man just can't get up the field. Good scramble there from the Cowboys.
The Broncos, they need to defend here, but they've just let Crimp go way out there and make it to the 40.
Plays it there, coming wide. Kerrigan sees a gap, hits the line, trying to break through, but only really gets some good post-contact meters. Third tackle, 3 minutes left to go. Back in the pocket, Johnson. Johnson holds the ball, gets through the line to be true. Has to be brought down by fullback Liam Ryan, 35 meters out, fourth tackle. Here we go. Kerrigan, Robinson, just taking a settler. Fourth tackle, fifth tackle, just over the 30. Putting it long way back to Deuce. Deuce kicking it down. The Cowboys, they need to keep Madden pinned down, because if they don't, here he goes. He goosies, gets around one, but he gets up to the 40. If they can hold the Broncos out, if they can keep them from scoring, the Cowboys should finish this game in possession of the ball and 2 points in front here, Luke.
Yeah, we're going to have to see the Broncos pull something here. Even a 40-meter field goal might be the possible.
Less than a minute and a half. Dingo slowly plays the ball. Makia force back basically where Dingo played it. Fourth tackle on the other side of the 50. Davis, Crutcher. They need a good run. They get a good one from Crutcher, but it isn't enough to put in an attacking kick. 40 seconds left. If the Cowboys can do this, if the Broncos don't force an error, the Cowboys will have won this. O'Donnell stops on a dime, dances up the field. 15 seconds left. The Cowboys have won it. They've got 10 seconds, and you don't think that they will make a mistake here, Luke. Here we go. Robinson, 30. There's the bell, and the Cowboys have won the first derby here at glittering Las Vegas. Luke, tell us what we are seeing out there.
The Cowboys, they came out strong to start with, but then the Broncos, they got back into the game. So it was a bit of a seesaw after that. But, the Cowboys, they started strong, they finished strong.
And, 2 points was the difference. We've seen some lovely kicking there from Chad Johnson, particularly around those two penalty goals. And, the Broncos, they will be ruining some dodgy discipline there tonight.
Yeah, you look at the penalty goals and thinking that that's the difference. A bit of ill-discipline from the Broncos. Fatigue could have been the biggest factor in that.
As we look at some match statistics, 4 tries apiece, so scoring 4 each isn't too bad, but possession-wise, almost roughly the same, but definitely weighted in favour of the Cowboys. But when you're completing 22 of 27, and for the Broncos, they're only completing 18. Well, that goes a long way to explaining what's happened out there tonight, Luke.
Yeah, the error count 9-5. So the Broncos, those errors were what cost them tonight. The penalties don't help either.
Yeah, tackles, roughly the same, 26 more for the Broncos. Missed tackles about the same. Line breaks, the Cowboys. Again, looking throughout the night, I would have thought the Broncos had made more, but obviously not, and that was enough to get the Cowboys across the line. Now,
yes.
This is usually the part where we'd look at a couple of other stats, SRL fans, but, we don't have access to them, do we, Luke?
Yeah, they're pretty strummed down fake basic stats. We can look at them if hopefully we'll get some better stats in the future.
Without having to be able to look at run meters and things like that, we should probably just call it quits there, particularly if you are a Cowboys fan and you are loving what's happening so far with SRL 2.0. So, that is it for us in the box tonight. It is 26-24 Cowboys way. I've been AMAC, joined in the box here with Luke Short. Enjoy the rest of your night, SRL fans.